Hi everyone, welcome back. So today's video is going to be a review type video. So I'm not actually sure if I've done many of these videos in the past, but basically I've been wanting to speak about a certain set of makeup brushes for a really long time, and I thought instead of just putting them in a usual makeup tutorial, I thought I would basically dedicate this video to the makeup brushes and let you guys know what I think about them. So you would have seen by the title, but the makeup brushes I'm going to be talking about today are the Make-UpRevolution oval brushes. Now these are a little set of three, and they are the contour kit. So they look like this. You basically get a large brush, which I like to use for foundation. You then get a slightly smaller one, which is really nice for contour, and then you get an even smaller one, which I like to use for concealer underneath my eyes, and then a little bit of cream highlight. So I basically thought that today I would dedicate the video to these makeup brushes and just let you guys know what I think about them. So I think I'm just going to get straight in and start the makeup. If you want to know any more information about these brushes, I will leave a link down below to where you can get them from. You can get them in Superdrug, which is where I got mine. I actually got mine for Christmas, but I know that my mum got them in Superdrug, and it is basically £20. It's £19.99 for these three brushes. And yeah, I'm just going to talk you through how I use them and what my thoughts are. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of primer. I'm using the Hourglass Veil Primer, which is one of my favourite primers. The only thing I don't like about it is the fact that it runs out very quickly and it is extremely expensive, but it does an incredible job of keeping my makeup on my skin and just really smoothing it out, ready for the foundation to go on top. So once my primer is all smoothed out, I'm then going to go on to foundation. So currently I've been really liking the combination of two foundations mixed together. The first one is the MAC Studio Sculpt foundation, and the second one is the MAC Prolongwear Nourishing Waterproof. So what I do is mix up a little bit of the two foundations onto the back of my hand until I've got the right consistency and the right colour. And I just feel like the finish that these foundations give together is such a lovely one. It lasts a really long time on my skin, and it's also a really good colour for me. So yeah, I've just been loving the combination of these at the moment. And then I'm just dotting the foundation around my skin. So the brush I'm going to be using for foundation is the larger of the oval brushes. These don't actually have names, but it's basically the big oval one. So when you first use these brushes, it feels a little bit of a weird kind of motion that you have to do to blend in the foundation, but once you get used to it, it's absolutely fine. These brushes definitely help achieve a high coverage foundation look if that's something you like. Obviously you can sheer it out with a sponge, which is something that I tend to do, but when you initially blend it in, it does give you quite a high coverage finish. I'm just going to go over my eyes as well. Okay, so that is the foundation roughly blended in. I'm now going to take my beauty blender and I'm just going to dampen it with some of MAC's Charged Water. And I'm just going to go back into the foundation and really push it into my skin. No matter how good the foundation brushes I use, I always have to go in with my sponge afterwards and just make sure that there are no brush streaks at all. So that is my foundation done, and as you can see, the brush has given me a really lovely finish. I have obviously gone over it with a makeup sponge just to sheer it out a little bit, but if you like full coverage foundation, this is honestly amazing, and it does blend it in really well. It feels amazing on your skin. It is so soft, and these are really easy to clean as well. I also just think they're really affordable. And yeah, I really like the foundation one. So I'm now just going to quickly do my eyebrows. I'm just going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer in the shade Taupe. I'm just going to brush through them with the little spoolie that you get on the end. And then I'm going to fill them in with the pencil. Okay, I've done my eyebrows, I've finished my cup of tea, I can now get on with the rest of the video. So I'm going to finish off my face, which is something I don't usually do. I usually do my eyes and then the rest of my skin, but I think for today's video I'm going to switch things up a little bit. So I'm going to go in and do a little bit of contouring. Now you probably all know I'm definitely a bigger fan of powder contour, but with these brushes it's a little bit easier if you use a cream contour. They kind of blend it in a little bit better. So I'm going to be working with the L'Oreal Infallible Sculpting Contour Kit. You basically get a contour and a highlight, so I'm going to just take my middle finger and get some of that contour shade, and I'm just going to drag it along the bottoms of my cheekbones. which will look a little bit muddy, but once I blend it in, it should look a lot better. So I'm literally just going to do 2 little lines along there, and then I might as well do my nose as well, just to show you guys what the brushes can do. So just put a little bit on the sides of my nose and on the bottom. Do a little bit up here. I'm going to use the medium size brush, and I'm literally just going to do exactly what I did with the foundation and just work it in circular motions. Okay, so contour is done. As you can see, it is very subtle, but I don't really like to go for much heavy contour, especially when it's just day makeup. So that is that part of the contour done. I'm then going to go in with some MAC concealer. This is the MAC Prolongwear Concealer, and I'm going to take a little bit onto the back of my hand. And I'm just going to dot this on any areas where I want my face to be a little bit brighter. So down the tip of my nose, and then underneath my eyes, just in like a little triangle shape. Just in between my eyebrows and onto my forehead. And then I'm also going to pop a little bit just underneath the contour on my cheekbones. It will just make it a little bit more defined. I'm then going to go in with the smallest of the 3 brushes, and I'm just going to blend out the concealer. And then once I've roughly blended it out, I'm going to go back in with my beauty blender, and I'm just going to go over the top of the concealer. Again, the brush has blended it in really well, but I just like to go in with my beauty blender on top of basically everything I put on my skin, just because I like it to be super blended. Okay, I'm now going to move on to eye makeup, and I'm actually going to keep it really, really simple. I'm going to be using a blusher as an eyeshadow, which is really strange, but I basically forgot to bring an eyeshadow into my filming room, and I reckon this will make quite a nice eyeshadow. So this is the MAC blusher in the shade Harmony, and I'm just going to take a tiny little bit of that onto a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to pop that all over my eyelid. Oh, that is a bit more pigmented than what I thought. I'm going to be using the Soap & Glory Super Cat Skinny Liner, and I'm just going to do 2 flicks because I'm feeling a winged liner. Okay, winged liner done. I'm now going to move on to mascara. I'm just going to quickly curl my eyelashes first. And I'm actually using a slightly different mascara today. I think I've only used this on my channel like once or twice, but it is the L'Oreal False Lash Sculpt mascara. I'm not really too sure on it. I still can't make my mind up, so I'm going to try and use it a little bit more just to see whether I can decide if I actually like it or not. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this on. It's quite a clumpy mascara, and that's my problem with it because I don't like my lashes to look really clumpy. But I'm going to try and make it work. Okay, so now mascara is done, I'm going to go back onto my face. I'm going to be using the MAC Medium Tan Mineralize Skin Finish, which is supposed to be a powder, but I like to use it as a bronzer. And I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and give my skin a little bit of colour. Okay, I'm then going to pop a little bit of blusher on. I'm using MAC's Harmony, the one that I just used on my eyes. And I just use the same brush because it doesn't really matter. Okay, now time for my favourite bit, which is of course highlighter. I'm going to be using the Make-UpRevolution Vivid Bakes highlighter. This is in the shade Pink Lights, but it's actually a lilac highlighter. I'm going to take a fan brush and I'm just going to pop way too much. Oh, that's too much. I can never have too much highlighter, but that is something else, right? Okay, let's try that again. I'm using a Body Shop lipstick. This is in the shade 310 and it's a gorgeous brown colour. And then once that's roughly on there, I'm then going to go in with a lip liner. This is MAC's Subculture, and I'm just going to make them look a little bit more precise and a little bit more neat. And that is the finished look. So overall, I absolutely love these oval brushes. I think they are a really, really great investment, especially if you're into your makeup and you really like trying out new products. I definitely think you should give them a go. My favourite one is definitely the foundation brush, but I also love these two as well. I think they're really great to just get into like small little places like around your nose and into your corners of your eyes. They are really, really great. So yeah, if you're looking for some new brushes to try, definitely try these, and they are a much less expensive version than the Artiste brushes, which are like the original oval brushes. So yeah, definitely check these out if you're interested. I'll leave a little link down below. But I really hope that you enjoyed this video and found it helpful or useful in some way. If you have any questions, leave them down below. All of the makeup I have used today will be linked in the bottom bar as well, and everything I'm wearing, that kind of thing. All links to like my social media and stuff is down there as well. So have a little browse down there and see what interests you. But yeah, I'm going to go now. So thank you for watching. Remember to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave any video suggestions down below because I'm very stuck for ideas at the moment. So inspire me. Leave me some comments down below and let me know what you'd like to see on this channel. And yeah, I will see you all in my next video. Goodbye!